welcome to Let's Calculate Something. Today we're going to go over lesson number 9, and we're gonna talk a little bit about how we wired this up, and then I'll show you the code, and then we'll look at lesson 9, and then we're going to use some of the same circuitry for lesson 10 as well. But let's just go over lesson 9 for now. So we have our Pico W, and then we have the output, which is I believe 15. This output here goes to our LED. This is an analog output, a pulse width modulated output, and then we're going to enter a value for the voltage that we want to see, and we'll see that as we go from 0 to 3.3 volts, we'll see this LED get brighter and brighter, and that's really all that we have in this one. So what I've done, and I connected this one to the voltmeter. I don't have an oscilloscope, so a voltmeter will work just as well. I have the positive lead connected to the output of the Pico W, the analog out, and then I have the negative lead connected here to the ground. So the black and the red, the red is positive. So let's kind of go through this this code, and I'll run it. So what I did is I used the same stuff that he did in his lesson that he taught us, and then I have my calculated value for the ranging. Again, all of this helps us on the range. I don't have to do any of the math he does. I've used this, and the code is in there, and I have a couple videos to explain that. But basically, you just put the ranges in that you have. Mine zeroes out at 304 on the pot, and then it's up here at 535 for the high reading, and we know 0 to 3.3. So I have that code in there for this. And what I did is, because lesson 9 and lesson 10 were pretty much the same, they just have different entries. So I created one set of code and let the user choose whether they want to enter the voltage through the keyboard or they want to use the potentiometer. Today, we're just going to worry about option 1 here. I do a little error checking on the mode. The variable is called mode. If it's 1 and if it does not equal 1, does not equal 2, then it's an invalid entry because 1 and 2 are the only entries we're going to allow. Then I hit print. I print out invalid entry, and you have to run the program again. I'll demonstrate that. And then we get into the while it's mode equals 1, then that's the voltage entry mode, and we get into that circuitry there. Enter the voltage, and I'll demonstrate that in a second. When mode is 2, then we're going to get the input from the potentiometer, and that's where my algorithm comes in for the ranging and everything else, but we'll cover that in the next video. So let's go ahead and run this. So we get the first thing. It says please enter 1 to enter the voltage, or enter the voltage value, or 2 to use the potentiometer. So let's enter 3 and see what happens. Okay, kick this out instead of invalid entry, so the program terminated. Now we'll run it again. We'll put a valid entry in, 1, and so now it's asking us what the voltage we would like is. So I'm going to go ahead and put in 1 volt, and you can see the voltmeter went up to almost a volt. It's a little bit different, and you can see the LED is on but dim. If I go to 0.2, you'll see it be much more dim. Go to 1.5, a little brighter. You also see the voltage changing on the voltmeter. And if I go to 3, it's pretty good. And then if I go to 3.3, which is the max, then it's as bright as it goes, and we're about at 3 volts. We have a little bit of loss there. So that's lesson 9. That's it. And stay tuned, and I'll go to the next video, and you'll see lesson 10.